Mass Effect. Legendary Edition's photo mode lets you appreciate how beautifully designed worlds like Eden Prime are. BioWare, screenshot by Sean Keane, CNET. Love revisiting incredible games. The sense of familiarity coupled with a renewed wonder as the sights and sounds wash over me creates an endorphin rush like little else. That's especially true of the Mass Effect universe, the video game equivalent of the original Star Wars trilogy. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition trailer gave me a taste of that feeling back in February. Seeing Liara, Garrus and the rest of the team again reminded me of all of the joy their adventures brought me as I played the trilogy in 2007, 2010 and 2012, and developer BioWare was going to let me do it again, in 4K Ultra HD. Yes please. Entertain your brain with the coolest news from streaming to superheroes, memes to video games. The remastered collection includes the 3 games and all the downloadable content, bar the first game's forgettable Pinnacle Station. It hit PS4, Xbox One and PC on Friday. It's also playable on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S via backward compatibility, giving you even shorter loading times. The original game guides you into a sci-fi universe in which humanity used faster-than-light travel to journey across the galaxy, allying itself with alien races along the way. As customizable hero Shepard, you gather a squad of memorable characters as they discover the horrifying threat of the Reapers, a machine race intent on purging the galaxy's sentient life. Your choices determine the fates of your allies, enemies and billions across the galaxy, carrying between games in the trilogy and creating a unique narrative for each player. You can shape Shepard into a diplomatic paragon, a brash renegade or something in between. A smoother 2007. You might remember how janky the original Mass Effect was, even in 2007. The excellent writing, engaging world building and awesome character design made up for some awkward gameplay and graphical quirks, with the sequels vastly improving those aspects. Diving back with the Legendary Edition on PS5 this week, I was caught in Mass Effect's dramatic orbit all over again. I only got to play the first 6 hours, but was immediately struck by how smoothly BioWare had sanded the game's rough edges off. Gone are the graphical glitches that plagued almost every step on the Xbox 360 version. Between that and the shortened loading times, the friction of exploring space stations, ships and uncharted worlds is gone. Meeting Liara T'Soni, my favorite squad mate from the trilogy, again is a thrill. BioWare, screenshot by Sean Keane, CNET. However, it hasn't been completely redone, like last year's Final Fantasy VII Remake or 2019's Resident Evil 2, so it still feels like the same game you played in 2007. The movement is lovely and smooth in 60 frames per second, but controlling Shepard felt like steering a tank for those first few seconds of gameplay.